I would like to extend my gratitude to the Hospitality Homes team for inviting us here tonight to share our story and our experience. I would like to thank each and every one of you. Just by being here, you have helped our family in one of the most painful and difficult journeys a family can face, a sick child. Life for us changed in an instant. We went from having a 13-year-old daughter who was having sleepovers with friends, decorating for Christmas, happily attending school, and engaged in her life, to a child who was bedridden, in a wheelchair, and in constant, untreatable pain from a traumatic injury. We bounced from doctor to doctor, none of which understood Reggie's condition, prognosis, or a treatment plan. Traveling to Boston Children's Hospital and the PPRC specialized program was the last shred of hope we had for Reggie to regain mobility and her zest for life.
Exactly 1 year ago today, I fell, 1 year ago and 1 day ago today, I fell and broke my leg, and my life hasn't been the same since. At the time of my injury, I was in such severe pain that I went into shock. My pain continued long after I had healed, and I was eventually diagnosed with complex regional pain syndrome, also known as CRPS. This August, I was lucky enough to be treated at the Boston Children's PPRC. I live several hours from Boston and wouldn't have been able to attend my program without a closer place to stay. This is why Hospitality Homes was and is such an important part of my recovery. My mother and I were lucky, and we spent our last 3 weeks in Boston living in our very own apartment. However, we were perhaps even luckier that we started our stay with a host family. I'm a rather introverted person and was nervous when I learned we'd be staying in someone else's house. But our hosts, Hospitality Home's very own director, Debbie, and her husband, Doug, made it impossible for me to stay nervous for long. They welcomed us into their home and made us feel like part of the family. We had dinner together every night, and I'd wake up to a fresh pot of coffee each morning. Even with our wonderful accommodations, the beginning of my recovery came with a lot of stress, pain, and anxiety. They recognized my struggle and became people I felt I could always talk to. I had a lot of support throughout my treatment, but I don't think I could be where I am today without Debbie and Doug's help.
There's a very special pose in the practice of yoga. It's called Shavasana. It takes place at the very end of the practice, where you lay on the ground in perfect ease and allow for the healing of the practice to take hold. Hospitality Homes provided that space to heal. To those supporting patients and their families, you are all providing that healing space. Thank you again to all of tonight's attendees, with a special shout out to the Eileen Beale Foundation. Fortunately, they could not be here with us tonight. Unfortunately, that's what I said. In partnership with Hospitality Homes, they fully funded our very own apartment just minutes away from Boston Children's Hospital. Thank you. Thank you.